So you had Ron who makes it up that he texted me.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, I'll be there.
Well, that's okay. We will skip our inspirational beginning, and I'll just jazz hands. That good?
Well, line dance.
No, pole dancing.
I will not get on the phone.
Just remember, we are live.
That's right.
You need to announce, leave the thermostat up.
Leave the thermostat alone. Who's missing the thermostat?
Who wishes to
Yeah,
remain
we have a code.
Someone who wishes to remain anonymous.
Oh, really?
Is that right, Jesse?
Yeah. Hopefully we got it fixed.
That's Jesse.
Somebody.
Because I'm always fine.
Judy. Judy. Judy, are you sure?
I'm horrible to you. Because I stay cold anyhow.
Well, I'm about to roast in my office, but that doesn't.
Yesterday was cold.
It was cold yesterday.
This is crazy weather for July, too.
It is.
I've never
It is.
seen.
You see on the news where this past June was the coldest on, I mean, the hottest on record, and they started in 1880.
It was hot.
It is crazy.
All right, let's get started.
Let's do it.
Seriously, people? Seriously? No dollars? Helen's got a
Like
draw.
my oats.
I like your eyes too. I don't guess we really did draw.
And it's kind of fun to always
Draw his dog out.
Now go.
Well, I'm
Okay, man, good.
I feel like this is not
I got one in the top already.
Alan's got a dog.
We extend credit.
No, we don't get it.
We extend credit to the.
All right, now we're seeing. Just gotta make you feel a little guilty. Just let it be somebody that's not here.
Here. Whoever that is.
Susan's kind of.
Okay, this is Dan. Dan is Lori and Anna. Oh, Susan's got dollars there. You got Susan card?
Have we started the safety?
There we go. All right. Let's see. Who does not have it?
I'm not in that.
All right. So no peek at GB. Leave the thermostat alone.
Just pick mine.
Dan.
Oh, really?
Dan. I'll give you this card.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, give it.
Just in case you need it. All right, that's your card. Is it the one? It is not. Jack of Hearts. Daddy should be getting down. We are getting a little bit lower.
I would leave like.
That's the one you just pulled. Well, she laid $2.
I think she.
Look at this. So many people. I feel like I really do need to perform today. And we don't have an inspirational reading because Ron's not here. He let me down. We'll just give you a little inspirational quote to get started. Success isn't just about what you accomplish in your life, it's about what you inspire others to do. I love that. I love it. I think that not just not just in real estate, but I think just being out there and everything that we go through in our lives on a daily basis is a testament to other people. And if you can choose to live it in a negative light, and what you focus on really doesn't stand. So if you just keep it positive and push forward, and people start to see you succeed. I interviewed a girl the other day, and she's she's hoping to come on, I think, when she finishes. She's just finishing real estate school. And she's coming from a cosmetology career. And I said, well, what made you decide you wanted to go into real estate? She said, I have boys. And I want to leave them a legacy. And I want them to see that their mom working hard and making something happen and building a business and building a life. And I just think that it's the biggest thing for them to be able to see that anybody can do it. And I just got chills all over. I looked at her, I said, I love you already. So, I mean, it was just a really cool, she's wanting to build a successful business so that she can inspire her children. What a cool thing, what a cool story for her that she's trying to start. All right. Reminders. Tech Ambassador position open. Just a reminder that the pre-licensing classes have moved to August 23rd. We had a good book club yesterday. We enjoyed it. We're moving on. Next week, I will send out an email with the actual, with the pages for next week too, so that you'll have them. But we had a really good group in here yesterday. Ideas around. And we do the Scripps conference call every weekday at 8:30. There's the dial-in information if you want to write it down. Tina and I did some script practice this morning. She worked on some of hers, and she's feeling good about it. She was ready to go. It was time for her to start her lead gen after that. She was ready. She was geared up and ready so that she could. It's just a good way if you're going to start your lead gen at 9, like you're supposed to. It's a good way to kind of ramp yourself up before. If you get a little bit of practice in, then you don't feel like the first call you make is really the first call you make because you've been practicing already. You've already been doing some run-throughs. So I would love it if y'all would join us. There was a webinar in there and a text that was definitely good, but apparently it's gone. So this is the Emperor's New slide. If you can't see it, you're full. Alan is going to come up and do a little text deck with Alan.
Okay.
Yeah.
The webinars, everybody knows when you log into EDGE, the webinars are on the lower right. So she doesn't have them on here today, but if you just log into your EDGE, your webinars will be on the lower right. If you're interested in attending, and you can register right there. There are big changes coming to EDGE, My Marketing Materials. Does anybody here purchase mail list? You do. Okay.
I've already saved.
You've already saved them. Is everybody aware that if you purchase the mail list, you need to have it saved by this evening?
Like today.
Like today. I mean, it's not a long process. It's just, you just need to do it if you have those.
It gives you parameters as to what you're looking for, price range, date group.
Do you do it through EDGE?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's a direct mail. So if you have like a just listed and you want to send to every house within a half a mile of the house you just listed, then you can purchase that email list from, or that mail address list.
And you can keep it forever.
And you can keep it forever. Or you can tell them you want to mail it from them and you just pay them to take care of everything for you. They
It's
just
still
need to
your
mail it.
list.
So,
You can still get the list.
exactly. So there's big changes coming to that. They haven't announced exactly what they are. I think there's going to be new marketing materials and a lot of big changes coming. So EDGE is going to be down 8 p.m. tomorrow night through 2 p.m. the next day. So you need to have your mail list saved today. EDGE is going down at 8 p.m. on the 23rd, which is tomorrow. And it'll be down for about 6 hours. Okay? And lastly, I want to start whatever tech training anybody needs. I want to do it on Tuesday, Thursday, preferably. At 1:30 on Tuesday and 1:30 on Thursday. So if anybody has any topics they would like covered technology-wise, submit them to Jennifer, and we'll get it on the calendar, and we'll do 1 hour classes on Tuesday and Thursday to cover whatever you want. So just send the suggestions in to Jennifer,
That's me.
both days. And the idea is we want to have like a 101 on Tuesday and a 201 on Thursday. Okay. Does that make sense? Does everybody follow what I'm saying when I say that?
Basic.
So it'll be basic and advanced material. So Tuesday will be more of your new agent beginning material, and then Thursday will be if you want
Keep it
something
up
a
a
little,
notch.
yeah. if you want
It's
something
gonna
a little
cover any
bit different.
Dr. stuff.
It can cover whatever you want to cover.
Send it to me.
Send it to Jennifer, and I'll find the resource. I mean, whatever we got to do, we'll get it done. So, whatever topic you want covered, just let me know. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. So, look at these numbers. So, listings taken month to date, 24, 4,093,900. Contracts written, 29, 547,194, and closed volume, 16 units at 3,442,144. And we ain't done.
That's right.
So that's exciting, right? I got really excited as I was doing this next slide because I was running out of space. I thought I was going to have to make a next slide, but I just kind of punched it all up. It looks real pretty. But closings month today, Jeffrey has 2, Belinda has 4, Dee Dee has 3, Shaquila has 2, Hardy Brock has 1, and Helen has 1, and Joyner Silk has 3. That was good, right? Listed month today. Hardy Brock has 3. Linda has 2. Heather has 2. Jesse has 1. Sandra has 1. Tina has 1. Dee Dee has 1. Ford has 3. Helen has 2. Joyner Silk with 6. Nancy with 1. And Dan with 1. So yeah, so like next week I want to have a little text block over here. So just get on.
And make sure all your documents on those listings are in .lu. Our listings will kind of typical, y'all.
You mean
I mean in .lu, they're not complete.
Just an FYI, when Al was here, Al's the broker in charge of Jacksonville, and when he was here, we were just talking to him about how he does his stuff so that things don't get missed, and so that we can make sure that moving forward things are in like they're supposed to be. Everything it has to be submitted for review. Has to be submitted for review. If it doesn't get submitted for review, it's not in her. She doesn't see it. And Lisa is not going to be dispersing any payments on anything until it is in ready for DA status. That means it has to be submitted for review, and then Judy has to put it into ready for DA. Okay?
We had a closing that happened a couple of days ago, and we didn't have any contract in the file, no contract at all. So they were ready for the checks, so I said, we need contracts. I've got contracts and none of them are signed. So, you know, I got to have the signed contracts in the file.
Yeah, that wasn't us.
If it sounded all I would be saying it because I know you picked me up.
So the biggest thing is to just know moving forward that everything, you just need to make sure that it's submitted for review.
It's signed.
And everything is correct. It's going to be checked. It's not correct. It's not going to go through. It's not going to be. It's not going to be moved to ready for DA status. So that's the only way to get your payment. And it's not because I'm trying to be the heavy or because I can't stand you and I want you to not be able to pay your bills. That's not it. It's just it has to be that way. So and this is the quickest and easiest way to fix the issue is that that's the only way that we can moving forward that we can dispense with your payments. So anyway, that's how we're gonna roll moving forward and continue, what?
And listing paperwork as well. So listing
I don't know how
paperwork has to be
that-
submitted for review as well.
Yeah.
So when it comes up, when your listings come up the tour on the board, then that list needs to be checked and make sure those listings are submitted for review.
Okay.
So there's gonna be a submit for review process.
Yeah.
Period. Whether it's a listing or whether it's
A contract.
a contract.
That's what you times you submit.
Okay.
But I don't really have much of a way of enforcing the listing except just, I mean, I can't take it off the market, that's not fair to the client, you know, we can't take it off the market, but
I'll just come around.
I just start nagging,
It's good. I got to do it.
you can nag.
I'm just kidding. I don't actually get you. I'll just threaten to.
Well, I mean, there is a way to make sure it happens. I mean, this stuff is, and I don't want to speak over the top of you, but this is critically important
It is.
for us to maintain our firm license. So I guess the recourse would be if you don't submit your listings for review, then Jennifer will have that discussion with you at that time. But it is critical for our firm license to be in good standing that our paperwork be correct, and that's just something that we can't compromise.
Well, it's just stupid to put something in MLS without a signed contract, period.
That's
I
You're
have
not
a
just
feeling
violating the rules of the office, you're violating
Real estate.
all the rules that can be violated. And I know people do it, but that's just, you're just asking for major
Well, I
trouble.
can tell you, I find one after another, just.
I know, but I'm saying you're just really asking for trouble if you're doing that.
But here's how we fix it moving forward. So
Well, see, I haven't gone to the new listings and then checked them. I've been waiting for submission for review or something coming to our
Right.
attention.
We'll just.
the process is we've got them here.
Right.
We know this week that these need to be submitted for
I'm
review, so we check them, and then if they're not submitted for
I can
review,
just
then
give you
we find
this
out.
at the end of the meeting too, so that you'll have the list. I mean, just so you don't have to go back and pull it every time at your fingertips too, because that, Lisa pulls it for me.
Well, I started out taking the office listings and just a whole list of them. Started going through them 1, 2, 3, and that's just such a hard job because, you
If you
know.
take it in chunks like this, it's at least.
But we got some that have been on the market 3 or 4 months and I haven't had any listing documents.
I find my biggest problem for listings is I forget to change it from private to active, yeah, so that's,
I think the biggest thing is just us getting intentional about it.
yeah.
And it is, and it's just, if you need to print, if we need to, I don't know what the right answer is, but I'm open for suggestions. If we need to put together some type of, what?
Maybe that should be our first take on it.
Yeah.
Is if you walk through and from the very beginning and put, I mean, like, go from the simplistic level of putting every single document in there that you need and how it's submitted and just
To make sure it.
make sure everybody's doing it right.
And I want it in the format that I gave you all, and that's important to me for my sanity, basically, because, and I don't like, you know, a contract is not 3 different documents. It's not the contract not signed, then the earnest money signed, and then another page that's corrected. It's not page 5 contract. It's not earnest money signed for. It is a contract, and you should put the contract, when you get it done, load the whole thing again, and just take the other one and put final or something, or put a date on it so I know what it is. Because I'm having to go through there and look through it and find them, you know, piece them together. And if we were to be audited, I would think that they would come down on us hard if I had to look for the file. You know what I'm saying?
If she had to look. She would.
Wouldn't it? They're all right.
It's all good. Everything's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but yeah, just the biggest thing is we need to get intentional about making sure that things are submitted for review. And this way, especially on the back end, they have to be submitted for review, and then Judy has to put them into ready for DA status so that you can get your funds. So,
Comment on what he said. I can see your private files. I can see all the files. Yes.
Well, good, I don't have to worry about it. It is hard though, I mean, 'cause you know, when you scan
But
back
did you not
through
understand how to
that,
stick in office?
it's, to me, that is one of my main things, is I forget to change it as you're moving along, you know.
But the correct way to go, if you send it to me, is private, because once you submit it for review, then we're going to have listing created, right? We're gonna change it to listing created, so it doesn't matter how it comes to me, it matters how it goes out, and it'll be listing created. So if it comes in as private, active, whatever, so, you know, whatever it comes in as.
Maybe we should go, maybe that should be our first tech.
What do you think, Alex? We make that our first test. That'll be our first test. We start that next week or next week? Tuesday, Thursday of next week. Do 101 and 201.
I can do it Thursday.
And
If
the
everybody
other-
wants it Thursday, I can do it Thursday.
I mean, that, we
Or I
should be
can do it
able to
next
cover
week.
that one
Yeah,
session.
just-
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it on the calendar.
Nancy and I looked at hers this morning, where I have done that with several people. You just want to come in, just you and me, and look at it, and let me tell you. You know, some things I'm glad to do that too.
Sure. And that's, yeah, if
I don't
after,
mind.
especially like after Alan does does the tech class, if there's still confusion, or if you need some help with yours individually, Judy will be happy to help.
Well, I know several people have really gotten their straight, and I don't know any names, but doesn't it make you feel better when you have it right? I mean, is anybody going to come into that? It does make you feel better when you
Make
get
it
it.
more organized, in the way that you do have things, like, I mean, it took time to go back and change the names, but you know what, it makes more sense, and it flows better.
It makes you feel better. You got it right.
When I don't feel better with that, it's like she wants it. That's what I'm worried
This
about.
loop is a complete file, so that's the main thing you need to remember. That's the whole deal. If you should be able to look at that loop when it's done, and
All
know
right.
everything that happens in that process.
Listings. Aurora Drive, Linda. Does anybody have any information?
Is it a mobile home or a house? This is mobile, do that then. That's really nice.
Just a big one, that's 1600 square
It's a
feet.
double wide.
Double wide, mobile home.
It's listed under single family. 1600 square feet. I don't know if that's correct. I think it's.
That's cute.
It's cute.
Looks well maintained.
It's pretty.
And where is Aurora Drive?
I think she's close to Simpson, I think. It's nice. It's very nice. Yeah.
Looks like a modular, but try to. Nice building in the back. Shop, what's in the shop too.
Nice. I love Spring Porch.
Yeah, they got their act together, it's a cute place.
I'm sorry. They got their act together. It's really pretty.
Hey,
Linda gets some good listings.
Where's their link? Firetown, right on Rivertail, that's on Ivy, that's on Miles Bennett Bridge. Right on this, yeah, off J.C. Galloway. Okay.
Good location.
All right, Veterans Crossing, Sandra.
you see that one? This is a cute little house. Decluttered. I know. She didn't have anywhere to put the stuff in the kitchen, but it's really cute. I mean, she said that they would paint the bedrooms, you know, because they are their color scheme. But it's a cute house. I mean, it's a nice stuff. I know. Look, they have decluttered. It's 3 generations in there. Okay. So, and she's on one of them little scooter things. So with her broken foot, so she's having a hard time. So yeah, I mean, but it's real cute. It's on a big lot. It's on in a cul-de-sac. I mean, it used to be the guy that got in trouble, some sheriff and somewhere that got told for selling something, so there's, I don't know, he was telling me.
That was extremely vague.
I know, there's all this,
I'm sure that's
there's all this security system in one of the closets that,
Yeah, panic room.
yeah, basically, and so it's kind of things.
Wow, that's sweet.
But I don't think that 2 houses have sold out there that have listed, so it's.
All right. Kristen Drive. Tina.
Yeah, it's an investor piece of property or first time buyer. 3 bedrooms, master bedroom, that's bad. He kept it very nice now. We do have to space the hood over the stove. He was gonna do that last week, but he lawnmower ran over his foot. And so he's doing better. He just had to.
Well, at least he signed it off. You gotta listen. Sorry about your
We didn't run every sign.
In fact, it was the day after we saw him. And so, anyway, he's doing better, thank God. But he well kept home. Well,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Where is this? No, it's good.
Cross the old roads.
Oh, okay.
I gotta say now.
Nice job.
Yeah.
All right, Douglas Grant. Ben.
It's probably one of the only 2 bedrooms when I had that in Douglas Grant.
That what was there in green chair?
And they, it's very well furnished. Both bedrooms have full baths upstairs, laundry rooms upstairs, obviously you see a large pantry. They've got a security system. It's very clean. It's hood, the hood has been behind the construction. It's the same as the other 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths there. And the closets are a good size.
So it's just.
So it's not secret.
No, not Douglas Grant. It's their classic 2-1-1. And this is a 2-2-1. No, there's no 2-2-1s. This is the only 2-2-1 in the neighborhood.
Fire.
This one's mine, Heather.
They took 3.5.
This one's mine.
3.5
It is an investor that's owned it, and he's just ready to sell it. He doesn't live here anymore. There's a tenant that's been in there for the past year, 2 years. So, and it rents for like $650 a month, I think. It has a nice back deck and an area for a garden and stuff. So.
Is it easy to show?
Yes.
Where's it at?
George's Court, it's off of Old Stantonsburg Road. You go past,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Right across from the
West Point.
west.
Yeah, West
Point.
Point.
Yeah.
In the little cul-de-sac. Nice little units.
Yeah, they are.
They're good investments.
It's a great investment.
So,
So, contracts written. What we got?
Well, put some listings on there that aren't. I mean, we got them signed, and she's got them ready to put in the MLS. Can we put those on?
Do you?
You wanna just make note of
Just
it?
tell us, yeah.
Tell us where, yeah, because we can't look them up, but you.
Oh, no, we won't be able to look up one hand. No.
I'll just wait, but
Um,
tell them about it.
I think I mentioned this one before. We haven't been able to get the sign in the order or anything yet, but anyway, it's on Fifth Street, 5909 East Fifth, across from the college. And it is, really a super nice house, and we got this for 300. I think
We looked
mentioned
at
that.
it last week, but it didn't have pictures.
Right.
It didn't, do you have pictures in there?
No,
Okay.
because the tenants.
Oh,
put it in there.
yeah.
clothes all over the floor.
Okay.
Everywhere else. The other one, that is for rent too. It is for rent.
Okay.
Also. And then we have one on, in not, Highway 903, right at Maury.
Okay.
And it's a cute little house, 60,000. It's been totally redone. Nobody's has lived in it since it's been totally redone. I'm gonna try to get both of those finished up and get them in the,
Well, if you'll remind me about the one on Fifth Street, we'll look at it again, we'll look at all the pictures and you get it up next week.
Yeah.
How many bedrooms are there?
2.
I just want to remind everybody, I have a broker's open house tomorrow night.
Yes.
In Ironwood from 4:30 to 6:30, and also there's going to be 2 other houses open. Bill Fleming has a listing on Oak Hills Drive, and then Chain Rock has one on Blue Beach. So.
Good. All right, cool.
I have a question. If something goes in the MLS today, when you search for new listings, do you search from today until next week? Okay, so you'll pick anything up to go see today. Okay.
Nick, you got something?
See, we got to go in there.
We're gonna need it.
I mean, next
Next
week.
week, you sure?
I want to throw one out there too. I'm finishing up tonight a listing in Ashley Meadows, a little over 1,500 square foot, cream puff. I mean, it is immaculate. I mean, anybody with a first time home buyer, it has everything. Fenced in backyard, little man cave building in the back is wired. So if you've got anybody looking, keep that in mind.
How much?
154.9.
And I've got,
No garage.
yeah, Roland, I've got one, in Cherry Oaks that, we're getting, it's vacant, we still got a couch that needs to be taken out by Salvation Army, but we've got new carpet, new laminate, it's like close to 1,900 square feet, humongous backyard, fenced in. And all inspections have been done, septic's been inspected.
That's
And, and
It's good stuff.
and we're asking 150 for it, and so it's got new carpet and laminate in there. All it needs is a little rouge, their own rouge, but on the walls.
Go ahead.
You said you had,
I just got sales.
okay, what you got?
Let me throw not, since we're,
Oh,
we
you're
just throw it out
listening.
there, yeah. Overlook Drive, Walton Stadium, 1,800 feet, it's got 3 or 4 bedrooms, new carpet, new paint, new appliances, new roof, new air, 155.
Wow.
145.
Oh, wow.
It'd be into that.
It's vacant.
This bank,
How many square feet?
And
1838.
I have one, in the works in Kinston, if anybody anybody going that way. It's like 70s, low 70s. Nice.
All right, Belinda.
4148 Douglas Grant. Finally. And that was 96. Okay. Will you turn the whiteboard back up?
Is that flat or something?
96, BG.
Yeah, flat. Flat.
Is that flat or?
Yes, that's a flat.
This is a flat, so that's a nice.
The next one is 30, it's either 3260 or 3620. Just put 3260. John Dawson Circle. And that was 159.9.
Okay. All right.
4120 Castle Bar Drive.
No.
CASTLEBAR.
Okay.
Castle Bar.
One word.
One word. Drive. 222. So 222,000.
You got all those green sheets. You have all their green sheets? Green checks and stuff.
Yay.
Good job.
Right.
You got to get close. Who else? Now everybody's gonna be like, you don't have a green sheet.
I said, well, I don't have green sheet, I'm not saying things.
Anybody else got anything? Alright. Okay. Next up, we've got this, whoa. Okay, it's your turn. Karen's gonna take a few minutes, and then Judy's gonna talk a little bit about the 2014 rule changes, and then we've got profit share moment with Helen, and then we'll wrap up with our video. So I'm gonna turn it over to Karen first. I'm just gonna sit down for a minute. I got other people to do stuff.
I just wanted to let everybody know that I did have a junior start with me yesterday, so I'm very excited. His name is Kyle Merritt. He's going to be just assisting me, and I'll be bringing him up here right now. He's taking his licensing classes. He can help me without a license, but he can do a whole lot more for me with a license. So he's going ahead and taking all of his classes, and is going to go ahead and sit for his license. But he officially did start yesterday. So that's going to be a big help to me, because I can just be more responsive, because he can help me kind of in the background with things and allow me more time, you know, to be able to return phone calls to customers and just kind of respond to you as quickly as needed. So I think that'll be really good. I'm doing a Breakers Open with Heather tomorrow, and I just wanted to kind of put that out there to you that I am very interested in, you know, partnering with you if you want to do Breakers Opens or anything like that. Please let me know what I can do to help you. Also, I want to let you know that we want to try to do some type of routine education. One of the first things I think we're going to do is maybe something with credit repair, because that seems to be, you know, something I think that would help all of us. So I think that's the first one we're going to do. But I welcome any suggestions that you have. If there's something that you think would be really helpful to you, you know, I want to make sure if we're going to do these that it's something that is what you need from me. So any suggestions, please let me know. I just want you to, you know I'm trying to kind of go forward from here, just trying to be really proactive and see what can I offer to you that's going to help support you the best, and especially now that I have a new team member. So, but I'll be bringing him up hopefully, I'm hoping next week. So
I'd like to do a training session on North Carolina House.
I think so. I think that would be good.
I think
They're having one in the support office.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
The tax are up in the office.
So are they bringing in the person from North Carolina helping to do that? Yeah, that would be, I mean, honestly.
It's
that
gonna
would
be 4 hours of CE.
Exactly.
It's $25.
I put it on the tree.
Oh, okay, that's
It's a cheapest seat you want.
Because that's kind of what I had thought about doing, is trying to get him to come here, so he's already signed up. That's definitely what we can do.
And it's limited to maybe 30 spaces, I think, 30 or 35, I can't remember now. But it is limited seating, so you need to go ahead and I think how to buy foreclosures is always a good time for consumers. So are we talking after 5 for these things?
Whatever, I'm just open to whatever, I just am asking you for suggestions. If you can just kind of think about agents, or if you want to do a home buyer seminar, I'm open. I'm looking for what do you need from me. Just let me know what it is that I can do to support you, and I'll be glad to do it, whether it's, as far as just agent education in here, if you want to do home buyer seminars, if you want to do Breakers Opens, I mean, whatever it is that, it's going to be something that's going to help support you is what I want to do.
Thanks. Very nice.
Let me know. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Karen.
Okay, about the 2014 rule changes. There are changes in a lot of forms, but the only one loaded so far in .loop is the seller property disclosure form. So that is in there. It's the only property disclosure form that's in there, so it has to be used now. It's supposed to have been used after July 1st, but they just got it for us. We just got it in .loop for us. What, last week, Lisa? But it's Monday. Yeah.
Was it?
Monday, yeah.
Last week.
Was this week? I don't know. It was recent. But anyway, the only change in it is question. Well, there's several little minor, like plural and stuff like that. But the only change of any consequence is question 24, which did read, have you been notified by a government agency that the property is in violation? That's what it did say. Now it says, is the property to be conveyed in violation? In other words, it took out the, have you been notified, but it's in violation too. That's what you have to answer. Very minor change, but it has to be used from now on. And I'll tell you about the other forms when we get them. I don't see any point in going over them until we get them because the changes are, for the most part, pretty minor.
So you're already putting it in our killer.
The Dotloop, the property disclosures in Dotloop. It's the only one in there now to use. Is that right?
When we click on Williams listing documents, it's
Yeah.
Well, the pre-populated ones that we have, like the listing on that, and they're in the templates. I could change that.
Well, let's talk.
They're in the templates.
To be in compliance, we have to use the new ones. So let's take out any ones that are not the right ones, so nobody gets thrown on.
I'll change the mark.
And be watching that, because you're also obligated, if you sell somebody else's listed, and you get the seller disclosure, and the property is listed after July 1st of this year, then you have to make sure it's the right form, because we do get them from other agents wrong. Prior to July 1st is the 2013 form.
So we just need to go back with any listings we've gotten this month that we've not used that and have them fill out differently.
Yep. I would, honestly, the change is so minor, I can't even imagine what difference it makes, but, I mean, isn't that the most minor change you've ever seen?
Yes, really, I honestly think that if it's already used and signed, that would be pretty.
Well, I'm just telling you what the rule says.
Well, I'm talking about.
Would I do it? I don't know. I think you should if you've got time to do it. I mean, it's pretty convenient. Well, I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. But they didn't get it. You see what I'm saying? The legislature was meeting to make some decisions that were going to affect the laws of real estate. And we had to wait until that actually happened. So now it has happened. But they haven't issued the new forms yet. So I've heard from the Real Estate Commission, I know they passed, but NCR has not issued the forms. As soon as they do, also.
All right, Helen, do you want me to play your video first?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go ahead and play this. Try to share video. Get going. This is good. It's good, it really.
It's really exciting, isn't it? We're staying on in place, please.
Okay.
Hold on. There it is.
I started with Keller Williams 5 years ago, and for about 3 of the 5 years, I was kind of trying to do my own thing. The subprime market was still booming, so I was doing investing, working with investors, buying properties, and when the market shifted, I basically had to start over again. And when I started over, I got plugged into the Market Center. We had a leadership change, a new team leader. They relaunched the Market Center. And I plugged in, and when I plugged in, I took action on what they were teaching. And when I started to get results, that's when I started to become passionate about Keller Williams. And that's when I started to have really, I guess, the passion to talk to people about Keller Williams. You don't start off talking about profit sharing most of the time. You talk to them about how it's changing your life. And if somebody's interested in living a big life, or if they're interested in real estate, this is the place to be. They lay out all the steps from the beginning to the end. Every step that you need to be successful and run a real estate business at the highest level that you want to live, it's all available for you here. I tell them about the culture. I tell them about the people, about the Market Center being the only Market Center in town that's still growing in a down market. I tell them how my business is doubling and tripling, and how the company as a whole, it is created so that agents can live as big a life as they want to live. It's really up to you. And if you want to learn, if you want to take action on the classes, the education, the culture, if you want to be part of something, this is it. It has everything that you need to be successful. So far, since I started reaching out and talking to people, I get great responses. So far this year, I've recruited 6 people.
Wouldn't that be exciting to recruit 6 people?
Yeah.
Well, definitely can do it because we have proof in this room that you can definitely sponsor people. Who got their very first profit share check this month? Not the first.
I got my biggest one.
Okay. Well, Susan, tell us how much money you got this month.
$129.
Wow.
Good job. And I saved
All right. I know some others got some good ones. Jesse, I know you got good ones.
I got my biggest one, 135.
All right.
I haven't checked mine.
Judy's is probably a good size. Anybody else?
We got, Ellen and I got one, but it was.
Whatever it is good.
No, it's good. It's always good.
Well,
Look, it was free money.
That's right.
well, if you will listen to this gentleman and get a handle on it, you don't have to do it. He didn't have to do it in the beginning. Nobody pushed him to do it, so he didn't do it until he had to start over in the new market. So what was he doing? He was looking for money. How am I going to get more? How am I going to get more money? But anyway, I just want to tell you that when you do sponsor people, it'll take a few years for you to start making $300 or $400 or $500, maybe, unless you sponsor a lot of people at once. Our check, mine and Milton's check together was $400. It was $600 last month. I didn't spend on mine. I didn't do last. So the other thing I was going to ask you is how many people we had. The last team meeting we had 15 people that were referred to Jennifer.
I think it was.
And did you get more than that? Anybody else refer her? A referral this week?
Yes, Judy brought.
Judy brought one.
She had a call yesterday.
I had somebody call in yesterday, I called her this morning, so, yeah, just keep them coming. And what I want to start doing, and this is something that Alan and I talked about, and I want to talk with you guys about it just for real quick. I'm just going to give you a quick blurb. We'll talk further about it probably next week. I want to start making green sheet calls. So with the person that you work, whoever the agent is that you work with on a deal, I'll come to you before I call them in case, if it was a really terrible deal or if they would be a horrible cultural fit. But the main thing I'm going to be doing is just calling to say thanks and that, that we really appreciate it, that, and say, my agent said that the deal was really, really nice. Just wondering if you had any feedback for us. It's just a good kind of segue for me to get to know some agents out and about, and to kind of get them, it's just a good segue. It's a warm call instead of just me calling them out of the blue saying, hey, how you doing? It's just a nice way to be able to call them, and it gives them a little bit of a warm fuzzy. They're like, oh, they said I was a good agent. Maybe I should come work with them. But anyway, that's kind of something that we're kicking around, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about it as we kind of figure out exactly what it's going to look like.
And the script that we used when we get done with the deal, the script that we used to invite them to lunch. For instance, I had one, and this was how it went. We had a situation, but we handled it. And you could say something like, John, I really appreciate the way you handled that price that we had to reduce in order to make this deal work. You did a great job with your seller, and I'm impressed. And I really would like to have some time just to talk to you sometime. And maybe, can we go for coffee? I also have a little gift I'd like to give you. It's just an appreciation gift. Can we meet for coffee maybe next Tuesday afternoon, about 2 o'clock, or would Thursday be better? Now, would that be good for you to do before she ever calls? That way, it's a double whammy there. We've done extra than other agents would do if you do that. And then she follows up with a nice phone call. We're gonna get some good agents if we will start doing that one thing.
I think it's happening. I mean, people are out there, they're talking, and there's definitely some buzz generated around town.
Well, I think that's probably, if we've had 17 opportunities this month for referrals, that's great. Not good enough, but it's wonderful.
Well, yeah, but it also tells everybody we're positive buzz out there. You know, a lot of companies, you know, they got buzz, but it's not the kind of buzz you want to hear. And generating positive buzz, we're doing a very good job of that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Thank you.
I think so too. Everybody's doing a good job, and just keep it in the forefront of your mind and be on purpose about it. Be intentional. But here's a quote from Rita Coolidge, and I don't know who she is, but anyway, it's her quote. She's quoted every day. Yeah, she is. Too often the opportunity knocks, but by the time you disengage the chain, push the bolt, unhook the two locks, and shut off the burglar alarm, it's too late. There's nobody at your door. They're there. So basically, don't let somebody else get somebody you know while you're unlocking the bolts on the door and disengaging the chain and get two locks unlocked. Somebody else will bring that person that you have thought about a lot and it may move on. Listen, we're all guilty of that, but we're all going to change. Is that okay?
Yep.
Everybody's going to change. Good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, wait. One thing he said, he said he had been there 5 years already, and it was when he got plugged in
Yeah.
and got passionate about the company that then he started to see results. And I just think everybody here is here, so you're plugged in, and that's very much appreciated.
I'm just excited. This is really good attendance.
Yeah, that's
I must
fantastic.
be.
You're
Totally kidding. Lisa's got some directions and things for setting up your voicemail. She's going to be passing out while I play the video.
It might be a good Tech Tuesday thing to go over how to set up your voicemail.
You might have to. If you need help, I set mine up.
This shows how to do that.
I got mine set up. If you need help setting up your voicemail, if you're having issues with it, just holler at me. I'll help you. Yeah, you're saying yes, the tech class, I forgot to put there, I sent that out to especially the agents, but it is, she's gonna be here from 9:30 to 2:30. 9:30. Also, just a quick announcement. I forgot to put this in the reminders. My bad. We're gonna be sending out an email Tuesday. We're gonna stay a little after work, like from maybe like 4:30 to 6:30 is how we decided, and get some things hung. Lisa and I are gonna have things ready to be hung. So we're gonna get some pictures hung, get some things decorated around here, just to make sure that we are on the, well on our way. So if you're able to stay a little bit later on Tuesday this week, it would be awesome so that you can stay. No, next Tuesday, a week from today. And that way we'll have everything kind of hung. We're gonna have Lisa and Alan and I are gonna really kind of figure out this meeting. We're just gonna kind of figure out exactly where we want things hung and kind of get a plan in place. And then we can, that way, that day, we know what's got to be done, and we can just systematically do it. And then we're going to do that. Hopefully, that'll take like about an hour and a half. I think if we have a good plan in place, it won't take us that much longer. And then when we finish up, we'll play a quick game of catchphrase and hang out for a little bit and just kind of be happy about the fact that we got it done and bond a little bit, do a little bit of fellowship. Yes,
What kind of tools would we need to bring?
I don't know. I'll let you know on that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I'll touch base if there's anything that we need, if there's any specific tools that we'll need in order to get things put up. I'll make sure you know. All right, this is a big old list, ma'am.
I think since it's been a good while ago, the secret, we need to do that again.
Secret?
Yes.
And, you know, we've got so many new people now, and that's such an important
That movie.
movie.
Okay.
And have movie and popcorn or something like that. I just think we need a little fellowship.
That is something that in our ALC meeting actually this past week we discussed. I said that it was time for us to start. I really want us to start really doing some activities where we are just spending some time together.
We've been
You have to
disconnected.
sign the office.
We've been disconnected.
You have to sign the office.
Yeah, and right, not just coming around and saying hi to each other, but yeah, I think that's a great idea. And the biggest thing right now is trying to get ready for the grand opening. But that would be something that we could throw together pretty easily. I mean, a movie and popcorn is not difficult to make happen pretty quickly. So I think
We got $2 Tuesdays at Carmine.
$2 Tuesdays. They have they have a pint special on Wednesdays if you're at Ale House. I mean, I'm
When we had that secret in our office, in the drink room, we got music popcorn. We really had a good time.
Yeah.
And we had great
That's it.
time.
I'm gonna come talk to you a little bit more about it just because I don't know.
Have you seen the secret?
It's
It's definitely.
The secret is a movie.
Yes.
I was like, is that a game?
No, it's a secret.
It's a secret. We can't tell you. Sorry. You'll have to be here to find out.
It's really good.
Based on the book.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, this video is a little over the top today. I just want y'all to be prepared. This guy is like he gets me really ramped up. But this talks about your big why and what you focus on expands is kind of one of my big things that I really do feel that way. I think if you're positive, then you know your world stays positive. If you start focusing on negative things, you're just going to go down negative rabbit holes. So let's just watch this video, and this will get us kicked off for the rest of the week. And once this is over, you know, I'm joking now. So I'll let y'all go. But he is lively, so just let me know. Okay.
I am a living witness that if you're brave enough to dream, you got to determine that no matter what it takes, you're not going to stop. You're not going to quit. You're not going to give up until you make this happen. There's nothing When I leave this place, is to help you to get that much closer to making your dream become a reality. 2013 was the why. So what happens is, as you grow, and as you develop, you know, and as you improve yourself, these new concepts start to come. And so the why had always been a part of my life, but I was able to tap into 2013, I was able to tap into that why in a way I never tapped into that why before. Are you excited? I want to be a millionaire. I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna do this for this person. I'm gonna buy this for my mom and my children. I'm gonna put them through school. You got all these great dreams, and then you get up in the morning and life punch you in your face. E.T., just like you, I get punched in the face. Now you don't always know about it. I don't always talk about it because I don't want to discourage you. But I've had multiple aunts, at least 2 or 3 aunts die of cancer in the last 4 or 5 years. We don't get knocked out. Life hasn't been a crystal stair very tough. I've had my haters. I've had people who come against me, who try to sabotage me. I'm like, I'm not going to say I don't need something external to motivate me. I find something within. And you got to do me a favor. Like, you can't give up. You can't give in. Life isn't to me. If it was easy, everybody would do it. And if life's got you backed up, I need you to do what Buster Douglas did. Buster Douglas started fighting back. So I know you're not top 30 other people before me, but I want you to pray first. Finally, I got to that. Buster Douglas. The world was shocked. Goliath has been knocked out. What happened? And they went to Buster Douglas and they asked Buster Douglas simply, like, what happened? Buster Douglas said, listen to me. I'm just going to be honest with you, God. Here's the challenge. The challenge was, it's real simple. Before my mother died, She told the whole world that I was going to be Mike Tyson. And 2 days before the fight, my mother died. Buster Douglas had a decision to make. When his mother died, he could die with his mother, or he made a decision, I can wake up and I can live for mom. And he knocked Mike Tyson out simply because his why was greater than that punch. Find that reason to wake up every day and go get it. Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. But when you let your why die, what your why does for you is say, you can't quit, you can't give up, you can't stop. If there's no money, you make up something, you're great. If nobody's giving you an opportunity to create it. But what I can't do is I can't let my son die. I can't let my wife die. I can't let my parents die. I can't let my city die. And for you, your problem is you're just focused on your dreams and your goals. And you're not focused on why do you want this? Why do you get up in the morning? Somebody said, E.T., why do you wake up at 3 o'clock? Why not? If all I have to do is get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, my family can live like they want to live, and I can change the world, and at 3 o'clock, have you lost your mind? I'll get up at 3 every day. Why? Because my why is greater than my sleep. What makes a person average is their focus. Like an average person is focused on getting paid. That's why they're average. A person who's good, he's focused on, I want to make my boss happy. A person who's great, his focus is, what need can I meet? His focus is different. Same human being, but his focus is entirely different. Your concentration is supposed to change. And so what you're focusing on throughout the course of the day, it has to change. What you're looking at, what you're reading, what you're watching, the conversations you have. You must now be focused on your why. You must be focused on your dream. You must be focused on your goals. When you are great, you don't focus on a week. When you are great, you don't focus on a month. When you are great, you don't focus on a year. I'm not saying you're on the planet, but what I'm talking about is you concentrate on the 24 hours that's in front of you and you there.
He has a whole series of videos called Thank God It's Monday. But I don't know, he just gets me wrong. Anyway, that's it.
All right.
Go forward. Be all prepared.
Is there taking application today? Let me know.
Okay.